So, wild weather here for a tropical update. I'm going to take a look at the satellite first. Here's Danielle moving north now, weakening. You can see the colors are disappearing and eyes becoming a little more ragged by the trough. Moving north and moving away from what is Earl. Of Danielle, they'll get some high seas, but that's about it. Here's Earl though. Earl moving west and seemingly getting a little bit better organized. Winds are up to 60 miles per hour this morning. I'll show you that in a moment. And it continues to move west at about 20. Here's what is depression number 8 or 9. But this will likely become Fiona. It doesn't look quite as intense as being sheared a little bit from this big ocean storm up here. Getting back to Earl though. Earl's moving west, 20 miles an hour. It's barreling and heading right for northern Leeward Islands here. Now, what's interesting is the models are starting to take this a little bit further west. Danielle's moving up and out. When hurricanes move up and out, usually you get a high pressure system built in behind it. Well, that high pressure system builds in behind it would steer Earl in this fashion. I think Earl on the east coast now. I think we need to start paying a little bit more attention to this as the models are starting to come west. And the models are making this into a pretty strong Category 3 hurricane when it gets to about this position. And it would be within striking distance of maybe coming toward the east coast. I'm not alarmed yet, but we're definitely going to need to start looking at this as a possibility to have the east coast a little bit more directly than to say high seas. Another feature that will come in play with this feature, Earl, will be this area of disturbed weather in the Gulf. This upper level low along the front. Pick it up. High pressure will be up here. Does this high block it? Or does this high seemingly build and join this high and become one and allow Earl to come up the east coast? We're going to have to really watch Earl here. Here's Atlantic forecast map. Here's Earl. Danielle moving up. Earl moving this way. This high pressure system here will build east. Here's depression. Here's a satellite picture of Earl this morning. Looking much better organized. A little shear going on from the west here. That'll relax and allow Earl to probably ramp up quite a bit later on tonight. You can see it heading straight west toward the Leeward Islands. It's not far from there. So this would really have to start turning north to avoid islands. And here's a track forecast, a track for Earl. Earl is going to become more of the main concern here as it moves off to the west-northwest in time. Category 3 hurricane again by 8 a.m. or Category 2 again by 8 a.m. Tuesday. Like I was saying, we're really going to have to watch Earl. Some of the models get very close. Here's the Canadian model. There's Danielle moving. Here comes Earl. That gets dangerously close to the east coast. We're going to have to watch it. Some of the models are really stiff now. And some of them have 959 millibar low just off the North Carolina coast. Another model has 934 millibars. That's an intense trop system. And it may get a little bit closer, too close for comfort here along the east coast. So we definitely have to watch this. So stay tuned. The next day or two will be very interesting to see how the models handle perhaps that high pressure system that was building behind Danielle and what's going to happen with the high once it comes off the east coast. Will there be a weakness for Danielle to push northward, or will the high pressure system hold firm and kind of deflect Danielle? That'll be the question. If you're in basically southern New England down to the east coast, you're down the North Outer Banks especially, you're gonna watch this. All right, every day is wild weather.